Hey YouTube, it's me Spotty. Today we've got 3 puzzles from speedcube.com.au. So getting right into it, the first puzzle we've got is the 2x2x3 from Qiyi, a cool little cuboid that should fit perfectly next to my 1x1x2. Alright, so right out, it turns really well. It's smooth throughout all the layers and it's got some decent corner cutting as well. There is some nasty spring noise on some of these layers, but that should easily be fixed with some lube. And it shouldn't be too difficult of a solve, so let's quickly scramble it up and give it a go. Next up is the X-Men design Wingy Skewb. Okay, so first impressions, I originally thought that the grip would take a little bit to get used to, but holding it and giving it a couple turns, it's actually very comfortable and feels pretty natural. The feeling is smooth, although not buttery, and it's quite dry. It's also a bit fast, so I'll probably dump some heavy stuff into it. Finally, touching on the magnets, the click is quite defined. I've heard some people say that it's a softer click compared to the Moe magnetic, but right now I'm not really feeling that. I would say it's just as strong, if not stronger. It shouldn't be overbearing, but strong enough to lock each turn into place nicely. Okay, the last puzzle we've got is the SenHuan Mars S. I never got to try the original SenHuan Mars, but from what I've heard, it wasn't a spectacular puzzle. I think the main problem there was stability, so keeping that in mind and getting into first turns on this cube, stability doesn't seem amazing either. Right off the bat, it's very fast and I am finding it very hard to control. Overshooting right now is making me catch a bunch and the slightly more flexible turning isn't really helping. Corner cutting is fantastic though, and ignoring the crazy speed, the feeling is very crispy and quite tactile. It seems like there are bumps along each turn, which is interesting. It's also very scratchy and feels dry even though there is lube inside. So it really needs to be slowed down, but it's got potential. I'm excited to lube this up and break this in some more. Oh, and I also got some stickers. They're all dark fluoro sets for different cubes. This one in particular is the dark fluoro set fitted for, again, air. Hey, so 2 days have passed and I just wanted to come back to give you some second first impressions regarding the 3 puzzles I just unboxed. Going in the same order, the 2x2x3 is still pretty much the same. It turns great and after fixing the spring noise, it's a pleasure to solve. I did learn to solve this by the way, it's not difficult at all and the solve is pretty quick, so I'd recommend checking this puzzle out if you're looking to get into cuboids. Moving on, I'm really enjoying using the Wingy Skewb. The puzzle was pretty hyped upon its release, so I was expecting quite a bit from this puzzle, and it hasn't disappointed as such, but I feel like it was a little overhyped. Let me say firstly that I'm a very casual Skewb solver. I average 8 to 9 when I practice, so I'm not good at the event at all, but hopefully my opinion can still help some of you out there. Compared to the Moe magnetic, both Skewbs are pretty comparable in my opinion, but they do have some key differences. Firstly, of course, the main thing is the grips. The Wingy has these cool concave faces which is meant to help with grip, and I guess it kinda does, but I never really had a problem with flat face Skewbs in the first place. The grip difference, which is meant to be the main thing, isn't like a Megaminx with and without ridges, it's more comparable. The bigger thing for me is that the grip makes the puzzle feel smaller and more compact, which I really like. In terms of turning, the Wingy has a heavier turn and it honestly feels a little bit more premium. The magnets are also more defined, which I think helps with my sloppy turning. I don't really feel as though I suffer from many less lockups or catches during solves on either, and I average the same on both, so in that regard I think they're fairly similar. But you'll have to see some faster solvers if you're more than just a casual solver, like me, or just wanting a more elaborate opinion I guess. Last but not least is the SenHuan Mars S. So I gummed this up a bunch and did about 250 solves, and so far it's broken in really nicely. The lube really helped with the speed that was a problem earlier, and now it's much more controllable. I really believe that this could become main material with some more breaking in, and especially compared to some other cubes in its price range like the N3, I would for sure use this cube more. I think the feel is pleasant and it's a tad flexible, but I think it's still nice. I'd imagine magnets would be quite beneficial in this puzzle. Locks and catches don't really seem to be an issue, but it's present just slightly, and another thing I noticed is that the turning is quite heavy, but definitely not slow, and the pieces feel like they're being pulled in from the center rather than having an even distribution along the face. It's sorta hard to describe, but it's not bad, just something I noticed. For comparison's sake, the Volk feels a little like this as well. One last thing I'd like to mention is that my times are consistently really good with this. I've broken my average of 100 while doing the 250-ish solves I did, which I think is pretty cool. So overall, I really like this puzzle, and after breaking it in some more, I do have high hopes for it. I kinda want to recommend this puzzle right now, but if you want some more definitive thoughts, then a review will be out soon. But yeah, that's really it for this unboxing. Let me know if you plan on picking up any of these puzzles or already have them. Other than that though, thank you to speedcube.com.au for sending these puzzles out for me to test. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one.